Hi dear friends, today we'll connect Android emulator to Socks SSH Tor SSH tunnel or VPN. We'll use a non-standard way, not like the one mentioned in my previous video. There, we did it through the network bridge built in the Android emulator. Emulators are progressing, but for some reason developers rarely update network settings. Therefore, emulators don't work well. Yep, developers try to update them, but without due regard. What are we supposed to do? We can try to run emulator on the virtual machine, but it won't work. One virtual machine doesn't work inside another one. We will act another way. We need to install VMware and run Windows on it. There, I have double SSH tunnel manager. I installed Android emulator on my main PC, Nox emulator, BlueStacks emulator, and I will connect all these emulators directly to Socks Tor SSH tunnel. To do that, we need to disconnect the main PC from the network. Go to the settings, disable Wi-Fi and Ethernet. So when we start Android emulator, it will see no networks. That's why we need to connect this computer to Socks, Tor or SSH tunnel. We can use hardware for this purpose, but I won't. I'll use VMware. In other words, I will install my real USB Wi-Fi adapter or my USB Ethernet adapter right here in the VM. It's very important to use USB interface because we can easily connect it to the virtual machine. If putting it another way, we'll provide our virtual machine with real network, and then I'll share the network from my VM to my real PC. My hardware PC will use real internet from virtual machine. But the quality of the internet will be provided by double SSH tunnel manager. After that, we will be able to use this internet in our Android emulators. That's the whole idea. So, to do this, we need USB 4G router or some other USB Wi-Fi adapter or USB Ethernet adapter. I'll use USB Ethernet adapter. Usually, Ethernet is most credible and stable. Now we see our VM that I titled Windows Gateway. I've installed my USB Ethernet adapter and connected it to the network. So we see two networks. USB XHCI, our hardware adapter, and Ethernet O is our virtual adapter that was installed by virtual machine VMware. My physical PC is completely disconnected from the internet. Our task is to create new virtual adapter using double SSH tunnel manager, merge it with the other virtual adapter Ethernet O. By this, we will be able to share real internet with our PC from VM. For this, go to the options, click Transmitter DHCP, enable Socks on Gateway, enable Router. After that, the app will suggest to create a bridge between virtual adapter and Ethernet port. So now we see here our virtual adapter Ethernet O. Click Select and then Install. The adapter has been installed and we see a tip how to merge two adapters. Select both adapters, right-click on them and select Bridge Connections. Finally, we've created network bridge, so close the previous tabs. Double SSH has switched to the router mode. Some of the settings have become unavailable. and we have only one way, Ethernet router. Other modes are inactive. If we click adapters, we see 4 adapters. Ethernet O is merged with virtual router. Network bridge was created by the system. Next, we can connect our virtual machine to Socks. I have Shadow Socks. Let me launch it. I'll update it later. Our Shadow Socks is using proxy port 10744. Copy that and paste it into new edit Socks as I've done. Let's test it. It's working. Now we need to configure it. Go to the Internet router and let's choose Onion DNS and Balances port. Click the checkbox Run Socks. That's it, we have the Internet. Now the network should work as we expected. So I see that DNS has been found. Switch to our hardware PC. Here we see that all adapters are disabled. Also we see 2 VMware adapters, VMnet 1 and VMnet 8. We'll leave VMnet 8 and disconnect VMnet 1 not to mix them in future. Let's go back to the network settings of virtual machine. Here we see our adapter VMnet 8. Choose Host Only and disable Use Local DHCP. Click Apply and OK. Everything has been switched off. Then, return to the PC and your new adapter. Open Properties, disable all checkboxes except VMware Bridge Protocol and IP version 4. Click OK. We still have no internet. Let's check, but I think it won't work. But it's working. We can also write the IP address, but it's not necessary. Now we have only one adapter. Our virtual machine is sharing the internet with hardware PC. So let's open emulator. The procedure is standard, but still let's start the emulator. The interface is not familiar to me. There are games here. Okay, here we have a browser. Let's type hure.net in the search panel and test the internet. Our German DNS was identified as the Netherlands, but it's quite okay. Let's check it once again. I really don't know why the Netherlands are here, but it doesn't matter. The same is with Knox emulator. Start the app, go to a browser, check IP. So we have our German DNS. Maybe BlueStacks has its own DNS settings. That's it. I think it's the easiest way to connect an emulator to Socks. If we want to change an address, we go to our virtual machine, click Stop, then connect to other Socks or SSH tunnel with the same settings. We can also connect to Tor, and that's the easiest option. Switch to PC and see what address you have now. The address has been changed and we are using Tor network. Everything is really simple.